The moment somebody gives an instruction, sit tall, people start stiffening the back. So we had given you an alternative. What do? Push yourself through the armpits as if somebody is lifting you like a child is lifted. Pull yourself from the crown of the head. So you will automatically, relatively sit tall without straining the back. Did I not give these instructions in my last session?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. At least somebody has said yes, because I was scared whether I was high that day. So what's the purpose of sharing basics with you? That you should carry these fundamentals and improve your teaching as and when you land up teaching. I told you very clearly, I don't teach typically what is the part of syllabus of the course. Okay, you are going to get certification is okay. When you get a certificate, when you move out in the market, you should become a quality teacher. That is my mission. My mission is not to give you certificates. Without doing the course in today's time, you pay $100, you may land up getting a certificate. Certificate is not my mission or my target. In the same way, your mission also should be, how best can I grasp the science of yoga and share the beauty of it with others, the subtleties of it with others. That is what is important. And the fine-tunedness that we have been able to develop over a period of 50 years, that is what I want to share. I don't want to share what just the books say. Okay, I want to share live experiences. Okay, so sit tall and let's go through 3 Omkars. Again, Omkar need not be too loud, need not be too prolonged. O at the level of the heart, Makar from the upper part of the palate, and that's it. Just a little longer than O, that's good enough. Namanasthiti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, you can open your eyes. There are a few words written on the board. You can use your personal diary to note them. And I'll give you about 10 minutes to ponder over them and write what you feel about it. Okay, the terms are Shwas Prashwas, then Purak Rechak, Kumbhak, Gati Veg, and I think Viched Avrodh. These are the terms. They are all related to the understanding of the topic that is there for today. And the topic has been very clearly put across that our mission is to let the idea of Kumbhakas, how they lead to a pranayamic state of mind, is our mission. So I have made the topic also very clear. I would like to add one more term there, and that is prakasha. Okay, because in Patanjali Sutra, the effect of pranayam has been shown as tataha kshiyate prakasha avaranam. So prakash is another term which you can imagine that it is written here. Otherwise I can write it, that's not a problem, but you can note down the term Prakash as well. आपके हिसाब से, what is your understanding of these terms? Forget about what the books say, forget about what somebody has told you. What is it that is clear to you or not clear to you? आपके हिसाब से इसका मतलब क्या होना चाहिए? You should put it very clearly. Because unless you think, that is why I always say, tutorial or audio-visual methods of learning, like even the live session last time, it maybe have been 3 months back, 4 months back, whatever it was. If I had given you an instruction that sit tall, it has gone down the drain, it has gone off your memory. Then, if you have, read something over audio-visual procedure, the chances of you retaining it are very little. Remember, this is the real crust of the issue. Why sutras were formulated? Sutras were formulated into minimum words so that the chance of missing anything is ruled out, minimizing the chance of excessive words. Too many words create complications. That is why Patanjali was very clear, minimal words, so that you carry those words firmly with you. That's why they were talking of minimizing and not maximizing. Yeah, sochiye, likhiye. I give you 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. You have to apply your mind as per your understanding. Think and think and think. Because आप सोचोगे, if you think, the chance of you retaining is much brighter. And I'm sure there is another thing is, when you think, you also visualize. When you, maybe I've read somewhere, because this visual memory and what is called as calculative memory, of the two, visual memory is said to be much stronger, carries a much better effect, and retaining ability is much better. आपने कभी कुछ, suppose you have gone to some on a holiday to some hill station, and you have seen something, that still has that deep-rooted memory. You don't recall maybe the name of the place, how you traveled, this, that, but you recall that photo memory of having seen that scene so beautifully. That makes a much deeper impact. And that is what Madam did a review of one of the books, Visions of Yoga by Dr. Mutalik. And that day in his closing remarks, he said, yes, you must learn to visualize. You must learn to see how you would like to be. There's a beautiful way. How would you like to be seen as yourself 10 years down the line? Make a visual image of that and try to follow that path. It's something fantastic. I'm just talking in between before I come to know something that you are writing. I don't want to disturb your writing. And if you're already finished, anybody can start. You can communicate, there's no problem. कोई भी किसी भी ऑर्डर में शुरू कर सकता है.
Sir, this is a pranayam practice.
This is my topic today is pranayam.
Yeah, with this one resembles, all these words resembles to the sutra
Tasmin sati shvasa prashvasayoho gatihi vichcheda pranayama. That is the sutra.
So here
I want you to first think of the words. Then we will, with the help of the words, understanding of the words, we will make a sentence out of it. Patanjali has given us the sutra, Shvasa Prashvasayoho Gati Vichcheda Pranayama. Okay, that is the complete sutra related to pranayama, basic.
So here is the Shvasa is the breath, inhalation.
You tell me whatever you feel. I'm not here to make judgments.
Yeah. Purak is the inhalation. Kumbhak is the retention. Rechak is the exhalation. Vega is the speed or the flow of the breath. Gati. Vichcheda is the separation of that breath, which you can
You are trying to translate the sutra. I am not asking you to translate the sutra. I am very clear. That is why I have not put sutra word at all. I want what you carry as the meaning of the words. Then we will make sentence out of it. Suppose I say milk, cow, tradition, India, belief system, this, that. Once I give you these words and you make a sentence out of that. Yeah. Because you added on some of the meaningful dimensions like holding, control. I have not written anything related to that.
So the specific meaning for the specific word.
These words, I want you to play. What's this good word? Like way back, we had a program by Sabira Merchant. If you recall anybody, I doubt, because most of you are quite young than that. Sabira Merchant was, even till recently, I think she was teaching Miss Femina, etc. group to improve their English abilities. So if word was given and the other group was asked to these words. Meaning of these words is pranayama. हाँ बोला बोला.
श्वास आणि प्रश्वासचं मी काहीतरी लिहिलंय. तर श्वास असं लिहिलंय, द अनकॉन्शियस समथिंग दॅट वी कॅन नॉट सी ऑर टच, बट दॅट इज द व्हेरी एसेन्स ऑफ लाईफ. आणि प्रश्वास that we can feel when it is leaving our body. Sometimes if we think to focus, if we give that much attention to it, it can give you a sense of relaxation also when you are like in intense emotions.
बोलिए 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 बोलिए. थिंक. आपको सोचने के लिए मजबूर किए बगैर मैं तो छोड़ूंगा नहीं. ऐसे कैसे छोड़ूंगा? अभी दरवाज़ा भी मैडम ने बंद कर दिया. एंड एवरीथिंग हैज़ ग्रिल्स, सो यू कांट जंप आउट ऑफ द विंडो ऑल्सो.
So Vicheda is pause.
आप जरा साइलेंट रहिए, बिकॉज यू अटेंडेड.
श्वास प्रश्वास.
हाँ है, मेरे पास है. बॉटल लेके आया हूँ, मेरे ख्याल से होनी चाहिए. हाँ नहीं, एक और बॉटल थी ना मेरे पास वहाँ पे. हाँ वो वहाँ पे पीछे वो रेड कवर वाली. हाँ ठीक है. थैंक यू. चलिए फास्ट, अनदर 5 minutes मैक्सिमम. इट्स ऑलरेडी 11:25. आप सोचोगे नहीं तो फिर मुझे मालूम है ना क्या करना पड़ेगा. In tradition, I don't know which part of the world you are, wherever you are. In India, if teaching was also related to sticks. You know what's a stick? Beating. So I'm just rubbing my hands, okay? See, the reason why I want you to think is, popularly what is understood and what traditional texts have said, if you are not able to relate across, then the whole, the entire game of pranayama is lost. First of all, I'm going to give you a shock. Sam, when I say I'm going to give you a shock, pranayama is not something which can be done. Okay? It's itself a big shock. लोग कहते हैं मैं meditation कर रहा हूँ. I am meditating. Then somebody says, I am doing pranayama. Yeah, I'm doing pranayama. So, what are you doing? Pranasu cha yogyata manasaha. What is it? I hope everybody has got the small booklets. Na? धारणासु च योग्यता मनसः. एक बुकलेट ले आना जरा ताकि और सर्कुलेट कर लो. Because every time this happens that people only recite prayer on Patanjali and forget Patanjali. Patanjalim prana jarira natosmi, and then forget about Patanjali. धारणासु च योग्यता मनसः. मन की योग्यता धारणा इस अवस्था तक ले जाना, ये प्राणायाम का मकसद है. So it is a state of mind or it is an act? You have to look at the sutra and answer me. धारणासु च योग्यता मनसः. मन की योग्यता धारणा इस अवस्था तक, इसको दे देना. मन की योग्यता धारणा इस अवस्था तक ले जाना, ये काम है प्राणायाम का. And then what is Patanjali's sutra related to pranayam? Shvas, like he said, tasmin sati, then being established in an asan. अभी आसन क्या है ये तो अगला एक सेशन जब होगा. हम सब रिवर्स जा रहे हैं ना. We did Shuddhi Kriyas session first, then we did pranayam. Because my assistant is not available and I want her to be there to show a few of asanas, because she is able to show things in a very nice way, because she has now been with us for years. And the day she is free and some Saturday we are able to manage, we'll try our best to do it. Yeah. But we are going in reverse order. We are doing Shuddhi Kriyas, Pranayam and then Asana. So the Dvandvas are in a way minimized, and then we have, what is the sutra? Shvasa prashvasayoho gatihi vicheda pranayama. Now the real, the issue lies in interpretation of the word gati vis-a-vis veg. Both the words are written there. He just translated veg and gati as veg and veg as gati. Both are totally different. I repeat, they are totally different. Veg is speed and gati is not speed. I'll give you a classic example which makes you think precisely. If you say that the earth has got gati, or will you say earth has got veg? क्या कहोगे आप हिंदी में यदि लिखना है कि क्या पृथ्वी को गति है या पृथ्वी को वेग है, क्या बराबर लगता है? What is relatively right according to you? फिर वेग क्यों नहीं है? The next question is, आप कहोगे हाँ कि गति, पृथ्वी को गति है, ये एक्सेप्ट हुआ. पृथ्वी को वेग क्यों नहीं है? Why are you not saying it is speed? क्या 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 क्या? और नहीं, मतलब क्या? दोनों में से बेसिक क्या? स्पीड, ये समझ लो. स्पीड इज मैनिपुलेबल. स्पीड में कम ज़्यादा किया जाना संभवित है. ओके, यू कैन मॉनिटर इट, यू कैन ऑल्टर इट. गति इज नेचुरल, प्राइमोर्डियल, गिफ्टेड. पृथ्वी को गति है. वॉट एवर हैपन, वेदर इट इज बिग बैंग और जो भी कुछ का आपको कहना है, वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू से इट, नो प्रॉब्लम्स. बट इट इज सो. That it is so is what is gati. Prithvi moves in this particular way, is so, it is so. Be clear on this. If you are confused, the world is there to confuse you. People call gati and veg as equivalent words. They are not, please. See, I still remember that story of Allar Khan's interview about Zakir Hussain. He said, at the age of 2, Zakir Hussain played tabla. Okay, so at the age of 2, on an average, can you imagine somebody playing beautiful, harmonious tabla? No. That means it was kind of, whether it is genetic or whatever, he had that ability of playing tabla as an inborn gift to him. Or somebody has a similar kind of a pace built in the area of maybe mathematics. From where did he learn? Who taught him? Difficult to say. So please understand, Gati is primordial, natural, gifted, unchangeable, unalterable. Unalterability is the most important contribution of the word Gati. Veg is alterable. If it is acceptable to you, we go ahead. If it is not acceptable to you, we will keep on working on it. I would like to improve. आप सोचिए, क्योंकि ये लफ्ज़ जो है ना, इन लफ्ज़ का जब मतलब ठीक से समझ में आएगा तब कन्फ्यूजन मिनिमाइज होगा. Otherwise you will keep on, Vicheda has nothing to do with stoppage. Visheshena prakarashena chedana. What is the word? Vichedana. Chedan Vedan suna hai. Visheshena chedana. Vichedan is Vishesha Chedan. How do you do Vichedana? We say there was Shava Vichedana. What was the purpose? Purpose was to cut open the corpse? No. Purpose was to understand what's there, to see what is. ध्यान में रखिए, conclusion नहीं कर रहे हैं. You're not doing conclusions. You're just seeing what is. You're doing dissection with the purpose of what is. Vichedan of Shwasa Prashwasa? No. Vichedan of Gati. What is it that makes breathing happen? उसका राज समझना ये प्राणायाम है. Okay, those who can understand Hindi, it becomes easy. I would say in Marathi, there are some beautiful words like आत्ता उलगडा झाला. ओके, उलगडा झाला म्हणजे काय झालं? काहीतरी नव्याने मला समजलं. लग्न म्हणजे मजा असते. अय्या असं असतं होय, आता कळली पंचायत काय ते लग्नाची. You are not understanding Marathi is very good because शादी नाम की चीज़ बहुत बेहतरीन होती है. लोग हवा में उड़ते रहते हैं शादी के पहले, और बाद में असं असतं होय. आई मीन अब मालूम पड़ा कि शादी नाम की चीज़ क्या होती है. ऐसे चल रहा है जोक. ओके, सो अंडरस्टैंड दैट गति एंड विच्छेद इज टू अंडरस्टैंड ये श्वास प्रश्वास नाम की चीज़ का उगम क्या है, कैसे चलता है, ये राज क्या है. व्हाट इज इट दैट मेक्स इट हैपन? समथिंग मेक्स इट हैपन. टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, टू रियलाइज दैट विद इन. सेम इज. Now, how many of you know, I mean, I'm sure all of you have gone through schooling. What was the definition of light that was taught to you in science? How many of you from science? Don't say that none of us are from science. Because when I ask a question, no, science was my option, I'm an art student. I only believed in music. I know nothing about science. Because now, the moment you say you knew science, next question is going to come in, isn't it? Okay. So light has been defined as something which can't be seen, but it helps other things seen. That is light. Sure. Everybody, sure. You can't see light. Light helps things get seen. That is the definition of light. Now she is remembering. She is saying, now I remember in school I learned this. You learned that in school because you were going to be tortured here on the 3rd floor. Okay. Now, what does Patanjali say? Tatah kshiyate prakash avarnam. That is the sutra. So now, किसका क्षय हो रहा है? मेरे अंडरस्टैंडिंग का. Okay, किसका क्षय होना है? Now things are becoming clearer to me. That clearer to me. प्रकाश is not कि अंदर कुछ 1000 वॉट का बल्ब लगने वाला है. No, it's a wrong understanding. ततः क्षीयते, जो मेरे जीवन के बारे में अंडरस्टैंडिंग है या जो भी है, चित्तवृत्ति के बारे में समझ थी, दैट नासमझी का मौत. दैट इज नाउ the reduction of various embediments that were around my understanding of life. प्रकाश इज नॉट, वो अभी पिक्चर्स में दिखाते हैं ऑरा ऐसा वैसा, लोग भी कहते हैं अंदर दीप दिखता है, ये दिखता है, वो दिखता है, इतने सारे अलग अलग. I would say I must have come across at least 20, 30 very top-notch people in the field of mysticism and yoga and spirituality, and all of them, having discussed and talked, all of them said there is nothing like light being seen. It is your perception. अंदर कुछ ऐसे आंखें बंद करके लाइट आने लगता है, ऐसे ज़रूरी नहीं है, ये गलत फहमी है. लोग ऐसे ही कहते रहते हैं नहीं दिखा. If somebody says, if I say now there is a white elephant right now here, एक तो पंछी पकड़ा जाएगा जो hypnotize हो जाएगा, वो कहेगा हाँ I saw a white elephant and he was dancing from here to there. How did he enter the room? He would not able to say, but I saw that white elephant. This is human tendency. Who is going out? These are all playing with words and colors. There is nothing like that. Air is going in, air is going out. Another feature, you can't even see breathing. Can you see air? No. You can't see air, just like light. Air also cannot be seen. You can feel the presence of air because of changes. It is moving fast, it is moving slow, it is hot air, it is cold air. Yes, you feel the effects of air, you don't feel air. Air is able to go in, is what you feel as shwas, like she said. कुछ तो अंदर गया, वहां पे आता है पूरक. Purak is not inhalation. Purak is satisfaction out of inhalation. Rechak is satisfaction out of exhalation. And that is why the words are Shanaihi Shanaihi Purakam Kuryat, Shanaihi Shanaihi Rechakam Kuryat in Hatha Pradipika. Very clear wording, no confusion. Just Shwas and Prashvasa has nothing to do with inhalation and exhalation and Purak and Rechak. Unless there is a feeling associated. Now, colloquially, if somebody is constipated, he says, I take Triphala Churna, I take Pargolax, I do this. But still, I don't know. I don't feel that the bowels have got fully emptied all that well. So what is it? Is it the product? No. Triphala Churna is not Rechak. Effect is Rechak. So unless this gets into your head properly, and if you remember, I don't know whether it was this group or the other group, the entire science of yoga is subjective based. And unless you convert the objectivity to subjectivity, you will be lost. You will be totally lost, my dear. I'm going to give you again a typical example. Cold and chill, they are very different words. Fundamentally different. Cold is an objective truth. आपने किसी का हाथ लगाया, I find it is quite hot. So you feel the warmth of the body saying that it is hot. But this person says, I've got 104 temperature, I want covering, I want a sweater, I want a blanket, because I am feeling chilly. Yeah, sorry, understanding. उसको ठंड लग रही है. 104 temperature, he is asking for blankets. He is feeling it is cold. And actually his body temperature says it is 104. So what is true? That subjective feeling is important, not just 104. What you feel, my dear, if you don't feel relaxed at the end of the session of yoga, you are not doing yoga for sure. If you're not feeling revitalized, if you feel great, if you feel tired, you are not doing yoga for sure. It must rejuvenate you. It must make you comfortable. It must give you contentment. It must make you happy. That is the secret, and that is why Patanjali has constantly said it. But where is the time to look into it? Chitta vritti nirodha, again, the very next sutra, right at the beginning, Atha Yoga Anushasanam, Yoga Chitta vritti nirodha, also is interpreted in substantially a wrong way. It is constantly talked of cessation. Okay, eliminating vrittis. No. It is freedom. The vrittis that entangled with chitta, they should be free. Very interestingly, breath is the most interesting gift that you have got in life. Breath, if has to be felt, feeling of breath within you, through you, none of the five senses are required, my dear. Socho, think. Which sense is required? Eyes are not required. Faculty of nose is not required. You're not smelling breath. You're not hearing breath. Then you're not tasting breath. Even extra here is neuromuscular. Breath itself takes you beyond five senses. That is the beauty of what pranayama does, and that is why it is the one step prior to pratyahara. Because then, when you are so intensely involved with the gati, you are definitely going to get into pratyahara and dharana, automatically. It looks simple, but people just land up doing and doing and doing and doing. I'm not saying doing is bad, but doing must have an intention. It must have a purpose. Like, if eating has no purpose, it was just being eating and eating and eating. It should be nutrition based. Am I getting nutrition out of what I'm eating? If that is not happening, you need to think, you need to examine, what am I doing wrong? मैं ऐसे क्या कर रहा हूँ, खाए जा रहा हूँ with neither satisfaction nor nutrition. So what's the purpose of it? अहम वैश्वानरो भूतवा प्राणिनाम देहम आश्रितः. गए थे ना लोनावला. प्राण अपान समान युक्तः पचाम अन्नम चतुर्विधम. ये हमने which has come as a, it is for taking care of that dweller in the dwelling that you're eating. And for that again, pran, apan, saman, all the three are required for that to happen. Boliye. You have to go like this. There is no escapist route. And I think for your session, on the very first session, or whether it was the certificate course, I don't know. If you are committed to this style of what Swamiji thought of, not just going by what is popular in the market, if you are committed to a scientific model, there is no other way, my dear. Log kya kar rahe hain, what people are doing, what people are following, you need to be cut out, firmly having a belief in books and sutras, and walk on that path. Just because somebody is doing it, don't fall prey to that. Don't fall prey to competition. Yoga has nothing to do with competition. It has no role. And I always give this example of marketing strategy of various soap industrial products. But Nirma, I think, was the wisest. In what way Nirma was the wisest? कपड़ा इससे ज़्यादा सफ़ेद क्यों, मेरा इतना पीला क्यों? Okay, everybody was marketing that. Mine is Chinese white. Mine is super Chinese white. Somebody else will come who is, this is now Trump white. But what did Nirma say? Doodh si safedi. It did not copy anybody else. It says yes, because India, people knew it is slightly. Please understand, दूध सी सफेदी, that's all. वो कितना पीला है, कितना ये है, super white, they didn't market that. And not that Nirma people are related to me and others are my enemies. Another thing which, I mean, as I was teaching at the MBA level, so all these examples just start coming in, popping up the moment I talk of this. The worst advertisement that came in the television industry was what? How many of you, I think most of you could have been children, some of you who are there at the back may be knowing that. There was one company which came up with a very bad slogan, and it encouraged something very peculiar related to television. Anybody? Neighbors envy, owners pride. Dekhiye, in India, earlier, I still remember going to neighbor's house to watch a television. Okay. There was never a feeling of jealousy. I own a TV and why you? Neighbors envy, dil jalo ka, dil jala ke. Kya kahooga mehbooba or something, I don't know. Isn't it something fundamentally wrong? Are you rising to that occasion of what my seriousness is? No, I don't see that on your faces. It's a very serious matter. Forget about what somebody else is doing. What do you believe in? If you don't have faith in sutras, go ahead. But you will be cheating yourself. And self-cheat is the worst cheat. You can cheat anybody else in the world, but at the end of the day, that feel from within that you have cheated definitely is going to bother you. And remember, Indian philosophy, Indian belief system is precisely that. The basic values, and that is why I said visions of yoga. Dr. Mutalik has said this very emphatically, that basically yamas and niyamas formulate such an important role, such an important base, that if you do away with it and to improve upon yourself by going through all these procedures in a beautiful way. At every juncture, some guidance will come, but you must have faith. You must have faith to walk on. Okay, we'll take a 5-7 minutes break, and then we will get on to practice of Kumbhakas. Because unless I have taught you, I will not be happy. Because there are a few areas which need to be understood well. We will go through all the 4 varieties or 3 varieties. You must understand that, see, you'll understand. There are 3 major parameters with respect to the breathing phenomena. One is the temperature with which the air gets in and it gets out, the pressure with which it gets in and it gets out, and the vibratory pattern or the left and right nostril or Brahmari, which is bone conductivity. These are 3 major stimuli which can help you get into a pranayamic state. So Kumbhakas are ways and means to attain a pranayamic state. Kumbhakas are tools. Like I want to go to Mumbai. I can go by any of the trains, I can fly. And yesterday you have seen the bicycles. Well, if you are a good bicycle rider, in 2 hours, maybe you will be able to bicycle and go to Mumbai. It's possible, yeah. So how you go is, the means is not, I am going to decide. Maybe for some people, Anulom Vilom in the long run feels good. Somebody feels combination of Brahmari and Anulom Vilom is good. Somebody feels maybe in extreme summer, I feel much better if I do Shitali, Shitakari and Anulom Vilom. It is all subjective, which gives you a quietened feeling, which gives you a sense of ease from within, not somebody else making you comfortable. Yeah. And one more area I think which I need to touch upon, because in Bhastrika, In traditional Kaivalyadham style of Bhastrika, we do a set of Kapalabhati strokes followed by either right nostril to left nostril, like he was saying, this is what is taught, but a single round of Anulom Vilom or Ujjayi, anything is okay. And you repeat that cycle, 10, 20 breaths of Kapalabhati and any one Kumbhaka procedure. Again, that is how, and we used to do with Swami Digambarji something like at the ashram where his samadhi is. So we have gone through something fantastic, but as you people are doing a hybrid course, you don't get a chance to do that. But then if you practice yourself, you're bound to get benefited out of it. Kapalabhati, incidentally, maybe I did not touch upon this area, though we touched upon Shuddhi Kriyas with you. I want you to think how Kapalabhati is in terms of the natural breathing and voluntary breathing. Have you thought about Kapalabhati? What do you say of Kapalabhati? Suppose I have to say, according to you, what is Kapalabhati? Not the technique part. Abdomen in air going out, exhalation is active, inhalation is passive, is not what I want to know from you. What else can you tell me about Kapalabhati? What happens at the end of it?
Energize the body. Energize the body.
I didn't get the word.
Energize.
Energize. This energy business all over the West. It's so much. Every damn thing is energy. Okay. I mean, everything has got a way. I mean, I don't say right or wrong, anything, but let's see. See if, yeah?
Don't feel like inhalation for a while.
Yeah, so temporarily breathing is as if suspended because you have actively breathed out, so your oxygen level is high. Now, predominantly, if you are to understand the whole phenomena of breathing, okay, you must understand the phenomena of breathing. I think I have told you about the dropper. No? We have taught you about dropper? No? Ordinary dropper? Breathing, mechanics? My God. मैडम ये ग्रुप है या क्या है डिप्लोमा कैसे इनको दे हैं हाँ CCY को सिखाया इनको नहीं सिखाया ऐसे कैसे होगा आप लोग नोट्स हाँ बोलिए ना बताया सिखाया नहीं सिखाया शी सेज यस हाँ ड्रॉपर थियरी बताइए क्या मैकेनिक्स ऑफ ब्रीदिंग बारे में बताया क्या मैकेनिक्स ऑफ ब्रीदिंग इज अ टिपिकल वर्ड हाँ
प्रेशर कम होता है तो ब्रीथ
हाँ तो कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ आप कल सिखाना होगा तो आप कैसे सिखाओगे लोगों को सी ड्रॉपर थियरी एकदम आसान है इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग यू कंप्रेस द ड्रॉपर एयर गोज आउट धन्यवाद एक माता ने तो हाँ कह दिया स्ट्रॉन्ग इम्पॉसिबल ये कैसे चलेगा आगे ऐसे इतने ब्राइट स्टूडेंट्स नहीं चाहिए हमें इससे ब्राइट
ब्रीदिंग जब आपने कहा ना वो समझा
मैं कॉश ब्रीदिंग ड्रॉपर कहा तो मुझे याद नहीं आया मुझे लगा कान में ड्रॉप डालने वाले हैं अरे यार नहीं Okay, anyway, so one important thing you should know is if anyone goes to a doctor and doctor says, come on, breathe in deep. So what do? Come on, say you've gone to a doctor and doctor gives you an instruction, take a deep breath. What will you do? What will you do? Show me, what will you do? Yeah. So what is he doing? Inhaling what? As a yoga teacher, as what? No, eyes, umbrella breathing. This is called umbrella breathing. ये भी आप पहली बार सुन रहे हो? This is called umbrella. It has opened all sides. The moment you go to a doctor and he says, take a deep breath, you breathe with the chest. Thoracic breathing is a natural phenomena if voluntary breathing is asked to be done. Okay? When you're fast asleep, you will say, I don't know, but you must have seen somebody fast asleep. Is the person breathing with the chest? Abdomen. Okay, so natural is abdominal breathing. The moment you say voluntary, complete the sentence, it is thoracic. Now, where is the conflict? In Kapalabhati, you are doing voluntary breathing and abdominal. That is the first major conflict. Voluntary breathing and at the level of the abdomen and not thorax, and only exhalation active, inhalation is passive. In our natural breathing, what is active and what is passive? Hey, come on, don't be scared, young teachers. Inhalation is naturally active, exhalation is passive. You are voluntary. Breathing against the current. Yes or no? My God, भगवान बचाए. हाँ, नेचुरली ना ऐसे ही कहना पड़ता है ना, जवाब ही नहीं देते हो. अब पंच प्राण की भाषा में क्या सिचुएशन है देखिए कि आपने कापालभाति की, एक्सलेशन किया वॉलंटरी, एंड लाइक शी सेड द अर्ज टू ब्रीथ इन was not there. That means अपानिक एक्शन की और प्राणिक एक्शन पे इन्फ्लुएंस हुआ, आई वांट पे इन्फ्लुएंस हुआ. तो मुझे जो जो जिंदगी में चाहिए है, ऐसे मैं लिस्ट बनाता हूँ, आई मेक लिस्ट ऑफ 1000 थिंग्स आई वांट, आई वांट, आई वांट. व्हाट विल कापालभाति डू? रुकेगा? इट विल स्ट्रेट अवे एलिमिनेट. Hey, this is unnecessary, this is unnecessary, why am I doing this? So the urge to crave will come down. Are you understanding? This is what is expected at pranic level. This is fundamental of yoga. This is fundamental of yoga therapy. Okay? समझा? धन्यवाद. मैं जो चाहता हूँ ना, पहले सेशन में ये लोग एकदम सियाने थे, शुद्धि क्रिया के सेशन में काफ़ी ओपन थे. आज मालूम नहीं डर के एग्ज़ाम का ये सब प्रेशर वेशर आ गया है या क्या हो गया है. सिंपल जवाब देना भी भूल गए कि सीखा है क्या नहीं सीखा है, वो भी भूल गए. अभी नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं कहूँगा पूरक और रेचक मालूम है कि नहीं, तो कहेंगे नहीं क्या होता है वो, किसको पूरक कहते हैं किसको रेचक कहते हैं मालूम ही नहीं. ओके, 10 minutes break and we assemble. Yeah.